be playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back when they was doubting on the kid. Now they tuned in cause my game too legit.
There's a lot of you don't know about the fantasy headliners. Nation. Headliner Nation. Fantasy headliners for the nation. I'm a headliner. I'm a headliner.
Yeah. Analytics off the chain, other channels not the same. Jake and Kyle, you know the name. Headliner Nation, we running the game. Y'all stuck on third down. Your content's plain Jane. Headliners on top now. We gonna move and change. Podcast off the rip. Draft guide, so legit. Fantasy world, our game tight. You know we about that chub life. Stuck in a rut and you need some motivation. Head to the channel for this Headliner Nation.
I'm a headliner.
Yes, what up, nation? Sunday morning, and I'm exhausted. My son and I pulled into the driveway like 2:35 last night or something like that. Coming back from Indy from the Big Ten Championship, watch Michigan win their third straight. Oh, man. Then I had to unload the car, get him inside, get him ready for bed. Get myself around. Of course, I was not tired right away because I've been staring at headlights for 2 hours. So it took me a while to fall asleep. Yeah. So if I seem a little out of it this morning, that would be why. But hopefully you all enjoyed your Saturday night. Sounds like the live stream with Jake and Doc went well last night. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. As a reminder, this live stream is not about start and sits. If you'd like to talk about start and sits amongst yourself, feel more than welcome to. If you want my input on starts and sits, I will see you at, I think I scheduled it for noon. I'll see you on the Start and Sit show at noon right here for our members. This is all about pick'ems. This is all about props. We're using our friends over at OddsJam to try and find the best statistical advantages to placing our pick'ems on Underdog this week. I don't know. I haven't looked at much. I didn't look at much last night. So we're going to be staring at a lot together for the first time this morning. I know that there's a lot of weather, potentially. My phone. I know that there's a lot of weather potentially affecting the games today. But we're gonna get in on this. We're gonna dive in. We're gonna take a look at everything that we've got today. Last week, I believe we were around 54%. I think is what it was last week. I had it written down somewhere, but I don't have it now. No. Yeah, I think it was like 54% last week. So we're just about 60% for the year. I think we just slipped slightly under 60%, but we were green again. We finished up in money last week. So, hey, who cares how many props we hit as long as we finish up in the money, right? Because that's why we're doing this. All right, let's dive into it. We're going to end up going deep here. Let me get OddsJam up. Let me pop the chat out here real quick so I can see the chat while I'm going through this. Boop. Let's move that over here. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it's off, sometimes it's on. I've tried to turn it off before. I have no idea, Benny, why it keeps doing it. It's a mystery to me. It is a mystery to me. Now we got to get OddsJam up. There we go. Boom. Let's just go over to OddsJam. And there we go. All right, let's start diving into this. Steven, yeah, Discord looking green, baby. We got a free Herbert for 30 minutes. Yes, we do. Justin Herbert, over 0.5 passing yards. Obviously, we're going to take the higher on that. We'll lock that in here in just a second. One, Pick'ems over on Underdog. That's who we're sponsored by this year. Code word headliners. If you sign up at Underdog, they're going to match your deposit up to $100, and they have a super special prop for Headliner Nation this week. Calvin Ridley over 0.5 receiving yards. And let me refresh this real quick just to make sure this hasn't updated since I brought it up. Oh, let me see here. Over on Logan Thomas. Not a big difference here. Looks like everybody's doing 3.5. Under 7 receptions for Michael Pittman Jr. Ooh, okay. Seeing a good... Okay, so all of these underbooks here, all these other books. Expect me to do that a lot today. All of these other books here have Michael Pittman listed at under 6.5 receptions today. And they're giving you minus odds, meaning they think that there is a better chance that he goes under than he goes over. And we're getting another half of a reception to work with that. So we're going to go Michael Pittman under 7 receptions today. Michael Pittman lower than 7 receptions today. Joe Flacco over on passing attempts. Right now he's listed at 30.5 on Underdog. FanDuel's got him at 31.5 with minus odds to go over. Right here, why it keeps cutting off the end of the screen here. Hold on a second. Let me move that a little bit so I can see these other ones here. So all these others, so he's at 30.5 right now over on Underdog, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 lines that have him going over 31.5, 31, 31.5, and 31 with minus odds. We're gonna go Joe Flacco over on the passing attempts as well. And that's going to give us our first ticket of the day. Let's go ahead and show this up here real fast. First ticket of the day, Joe Flacco is going to go higher than 30.5 passing attempts. Michael Pittman is going to go lower than 7 receptions. Justin Herbert is going to go higher than 0.5 passing yards. That is a special that is available until 11:30 this morning. Derrick Henry over rushing yards. We're going to end up smashing that as well. We're coming up on that right now. I can already tell you that that looks really good. Let's go to... We did Joe Flacco. Not seeing anything there with that Jared Goff pick'em. David Montgomery over 14 rushing attempts against New Orleans. All these other books have him listed at over 14.5. This one has him at 15.5. This one also, Prize Picks also has him at 14.5. So we're getting a half of a carry less to take the over on David Montgomery. So we're going to go Montgomery, and we're going to go over 14 rushing attempts. Over 14 rushing attempts for David Montgomery. Derrick Henry, I mean, the Derrick Henry prop is absolutely insane here. We have to go over on Derrick Henry. 63.5 rushing yards. Go higher on that for sure. Lock that one in right away if you can. PZ's already done it. Patrick Mahomes, under 35.5 passing attempts against Green Bay. Under 30. This is giving you unders here, under here. I have not done well with unders and elite quarterbacks. I don't know if I want to go that way. Over rushing yards, Bijan. Oh my gosh. We're going to lock Bijan in here real quick too as well. We need to hurry up and find something. Hold on. Bijan over 58.5. Lock that in. Let's see real quick. Chat, give me just a minute here. I'm going to lock in. I got to have laser focus here real quick because we got to find something. Jared Goff under. CJ Stroud passing attempts. Under 34.5. Trevor Lawrence rushing yards over 11. These are all showing really good here. Passing yards 251, 257. Chat, I'm just laser focused right now. I'm trying to find us a good ticket here. Over 101. Oh my gosh. Jeez Louise. We'll go back up in a second. Hold on. All right, we're going to go. All right. Okay. I just locked in a big boy ticket here. Derrick Henry higher than 63.5 rushing yards and Bijan Robinson higher than 58.5 rushing yards are absolute steals. Based on everything that you look at, those are absolute steals. And then I decided to pair it with David Montgomery over 14 rushing attempts. And that was my big boy ticket of the day. I don't absolutely love David Montgomery over 14 rushing attempts. However, the books are definitely showing that the odds are in his favor to go higher than 14 rushing attempts. And I feel like Detroit's going to pound the football at New Orleans today. They're going to want to run the football and run it effectively. Jared Goff, obviously a lot of turnover issues the last couple of weeks. I think they're going to be like, let's just run it right at New Orleans and pound it down their throat. I think that's what we're going to see today. They're going to want to keep their defense off the field as much as possible. I mean, Derrick Henry right now on Underdog is listed at 63.5 rushing yards against Indy, and all the other books, 64.5, 64.5, 64.5, 64.5, 68.5, 64.5, 72.5, 68.5. That's insane. Everyone thinks he's going to go over. Where's that Bijan? Bijan's listed at 58.5 yards, 63.5, 62.5, 59, 62.5, all with better odds to go over. Okay, let's get back to taking a look. Here. Cedric Tillman under 2 receptions. Jared Goff under 35.5 passing attempts. 34.5. Where'd my bar go to? Why can't I move it back and forth anymore? Under 34.5. Under 35. Can't see that number there because my little scrolling bar at the bottom is gone. Why is it gone? Where'd my scrolling bar go? Where's it at? Uh, 34.5. There. Jared Goff under 35.5 passing attempts is also looking to be a good number today as well. And we just talked about it with David Montgomery, right? If we're feeling the David Montgomery prop, they're going under the rushing or going over the rushing attempts. I feel like lower than 34.5 passing attempts is, oh, it dropped already. Never mind. It dropped. Let me refresh here real quick. Make sure we haven't missed anything. Look it. This is how you know what we're doing is good and how our research is spot on, because these two bets here were not green a couple of minutes ago. Okay. So absolutely nailed this, because we wanted over on the David Montgomery rushing attempts and we wanted over on the Derrick Henry yards. We talked about this before either of them were green. We refresh and both of them turn green out of nowhere, right? Love it. Lock that in. So we talked about those. Joe Flacco, we've talked about. Jared Goff. Patrick Mahomes passing attempts. I don't even. Brandon McManus under kicking points. CJ Stroud under passing attempts, 34.5 passing attempts against Denver. Plus odds to go under 33.5. Plus odds to go under 33.5. Plus odds. So this one I don't like as much, because essentially 1, 2, 3 books are giving you plus odds to go under 33.5. So they do believe they're going to go over. They're going to hit 34. But if we take the under, we're hoping to hit 34 as well. There's just not enough. There's not enough room there. Not enough wiggle room for me. So I'm going to stay away from that one. Benjamin St. Juste. These are all saying plus odds to go under 3.5. So they expect him to get 4 or higher. Jonathan Mingo under 3 receptions. These are all plus odds to go 2.5. Derek Carr under passing attempts today, 33.5. Minus odds under 32.5. Minus odds under 33. There's another one there again I can't see. I don't know why. Under 32.5. I'm assuming they think that that Detroit and New Orleans is going to be a defensive battle today. I would say, I mean, the numbers are pointing us towards taking the under of 33.5 here on Derek Carr. The numbers are saying take the under on 33.5 passing attempts for Derek Carr. And then right below that, we have Jamison Williams, who on Underdog is at 23.5 yards. minus odds to go over 24.5, minus odds to go over 27.5, minus odds to go over 24.5, minus odds to go over 24.5. So if we're taking a look at Jameson Williams, we're also looking at the over there for him as well. Higher than 23.5 receiving yards is what we're going to do there. Jake Browning under 21.5 completions against Jacksonville. 20.5 here. Under 21, under 21. So it looks like for Jake Browning, we're going to want to take the under on completions. No, I don't want that. I typed in the wrong thing. Browning. Jake Browning, 21.5 completions. We're going lower there. So that's going to be our next ticket. This is our third ticket of the day. We've done 3 tickets so far. Jake Browning lower than 21.5 completions. Jameson Williams higher than 23.5 receiving yards. Derek Carr lower than 33.5 passing attempts. That's our third ticket of the day so far. So once again, Jake Browning lower than 21.5 completions. Jameson Williams higher than 23.5 receiving yards. Derek Carr lower than 33.5 passing attempts. Let's keep going here. Trevor Lawrence over 11 rushing yards. Over 11.5, over 12.5, over 13.5, over 13.5, over 13.5, over 13.5. So we're going to want those Lawrence rushing yards today as well. Trevor Lawrence, 11 rushing yards. We're going to go higher than 11 rushing yards. Brock Purdy right now listed at 251 passing yards, 257, 252, 257.5, 256. Brock Purdy over on the passing yards is also a smash today. What are we at passing yards wise? 251.5 still. Boom, lock that in. Brandon Ayuk over on the receiving yards. Everyone thinks he's going to go over. Can we stack those? I know sometimes Underdog gets a little finicky with how you stack 62.5. Oh, we can do that. Okay. That's our next ticket then. That's our next ticket then. We're going to go Trevor Lawrence higher than 11 rushing yards. Now, that's a Monday night pick. We're going to go Brock Purdy, but the numbers right now are just way too good. Brock Purdy higher than 251.5 passing yards. And Brandon Ayuk higher than 62.5 receiving yards. That's our next one right there. Let's find. Damian Pierce. Listen, I am not touching Damian Pierce right now. I don't care what the odds look like. Tyreek Hill over 101 half receiving yards. 100, 110, 107, 103. Holy crap. Listen, if he was like in the 90s, I would go for it, but I feel like that's just like I feel like anything could happen. Over on the rushing attempts. Kyler Murray under passing attempts. Not a big one there. Sam Howell over 39 passing attempts. Holy crap. 39 and a half, 38 and a half, 38 and a half, 38 and a half. Gardner Minshew over completions. Jahmyr Gibbs under 10 rushing attempts. Ugh. Not seeing a lot else here. Let's refresh real quick. Sean, I'm feeling all right. I'm definitely tired for sure, but I'm feeling okay. I'll make it. I'll survive. So the Ramondre Stevenson, I saw someone talking about it. There's not a big difference here, though. I mean, we've got 16, 15, and 15, all minus odds to go over. So it looks like Stevenson would be there. Oh, Sean, of course. Yeah, of course. That's what I said. I'll make it through the day for sure. I mean, I'm not seeing a lot else here. Let's go ahead and go. Let's go to the sportsbook screen and take a peek over here. Always like to start with player passing yards. Always like to start with player passing yards. CJ Stroud, average odds, 269. So people think he's going to go under 271 and a half, 269. Ooh, CJ Stroud, the under there. CJ Stroud under passing yards against Denver is looking really good as well. Give me a minute here. Just let me lock in. I'm gonna go. Let me do something else here real quick. Hold on. Rushing plus receiving yards. I'm trying to lock in on something here real quick. 36, 35, 57, 57 and a half, 58, 9, 68. It's over. So 9.3, 77 and a half. 43, 101 for Zach Moss. Ooh, a pretty big discrepancy on Zach Moss going under on the total yards. 25, 73, 79, 79, 81 and a half, 87, 86, 36, 36, 85, 74. Out of curiosity, does anybody remember what the Derrick Henry... What was the Derrick Henry and Bijan numbers that we got? I can't go back on my phone right now because I've got 2 picks listed and I don't want to lose. Hold on, I might be able to. Just trying to see something here real quick. All right, give me. So we got Bijan higher than 58 and a half, Derrick Henry higher than 63 and a half. 63 and a half, 58 and a half. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Got it. Got it. All right. Let's go back to passing yards here real quick. Player passing yards. There we go. Bijan and Henry were both in the second ticket I did, I think. So CJ Stroud right now, it looks like the under on CJ Stroud is the way that we're going to want to go. Under 271.5 passing yards. Right now the market is listing at about 269, which is a pretty big difference there. 226, 263, 262, 285, 237. Gardner Minshew under versus Tennessee is also looking like one. So Minshew, we're taking the under on 237 and a half passing yards. And 201, 210, 171, 176, 175, 235, 236. Not a big enough difference. 258, 188, 187. I'm definitely thinking the under here, it looks like, against 187 are the average odds. It's 188 over on Underdog, 185. 181, 185, 185, 186. That one's close. Not enough to get me excited. Bryce Young against Tampa Bay. 192 on Underdog, but his average odds are 194. So they're looking at, what do we got here? 199, 195, 196, 195, 195, 194, 193. Oh, man. I don't know. Jeez, I don't know if I want to take the over on Bryce Young. There's been a couple of matchups that I've taken the over on him, and he just hasn't gotten it done. Tampa Bay secondary is trash, though. $251, $252. We've already talked about the over on Brock Purdy. $218, $219, $256, $256, $217, $216, $241, $242. That's the passing. Let's take a look at receiving now. Adam Troutman receiving yards is at 9.5. That's an interesting one because Houston has not done well against tight ends this year. And really, honestly, he would just need like one play to go over. My eyes itch. Oh, man. Chat, I'm hungry. I need some breakfast. Don't mind me. I'm just yawning and stretching, chat. Ah! Oh, man. $46, $47 against Houston. Ooh, it just dropped a little bit. 23, 22, 56. Ooh, what do we got here? Nico Collins against Denver. Listed at 56, 59. Oh, God, man. Denver's just been playing so good recent. Stroud moved. We were going lower on Stroud anyway, right? Yeah, we were. So even if it bumped a little bit, that's fine. The market was still showing CJ Stroud under, so. The only thing that makes me worried about that is they've got Nico Collins at a pretty big... Oh, this just pulled way closer. Never mind. Let's keep going. Tank Dell is still pretty evenly... I mean... Tank Dell's at 62, but remember we've talked about this before, right? Like PointsBet is showing, PointsBet and Barstool are showing a 5-yard difference, which is really pushing this number here. Jalen Waddle over against Washington. Right now he's at 66.5. 68 here. 69, 70. 68, 70, 70, 69, 67. Oh, shit. Gardner Minshew's yards just dropped. We don't like that. What it just dropped from, though. We might have to pull Gardner Minshew out. I'm going to pull Gardner Minshew and CJ Stroud out. We had just talked about both of them. Lines are changing there. CJ Stroud shows the under as being a better bet, but it's also showing the overs on the receiving yards for his wide receivers as being a better bet, and I'm not loving that either. So, yeah. I do like this Jalen Waddle pick here, though. He just dropped. So right now on Underdog, it literally just dropped. So I don't know. 64, 64. His is going to drop to 64 as well. So this just dropped here. No, we're going to have to stay away from Jalen Waddle now. Tyreek Hill dropped on Underdog. He's down to 94.5. Is that right? Hold on. I know weather for Philadelphia and San Francisco is not an issue anymore. Miami at Washington, as expected, just about all of the rain is clear before kickoff. Can't promise full dry, but at worst, it's a brief passing shower and probably not even that. So, I mean, they're even saying at this point that Miami and Washington is not going to be affected, is not going to be affecting the weather, but the books are adjusting, I feel like, in our favor. What is Hill at? Hill's at 98.5 receiving yards. Everyone basically has him going over. Waddle's at 66.5. Everyone else has him going higher than that. 32, 14, 17, 24, 48, 49, 46, 11, 16, 36 and a half. 1, 32, 47. Ryan, try restarting your phone. Nick, this screen updates. I don't know if you're talking to me or not, Nick. This screen updates in real time, so I don't have to refresh this screen. Patrick Hunt, welcome to Hold and Chubb. Thanks for joining the exclusive Headliner Nation family this morning. Appreciate you. Oh, gotcha, Nick. Gotcha. My bad. Oh, jeez. Trying to scroll. It didn't scroll. Now it's not scrolled through everything. Amon-Ra just popped up. Damn. Because that was at 82 a second ago. Man, I'm gonna go, let's go back to the optimizer. Let's just refresh it. Let's see if anything new has popped up there that we should be taking advantage of. I mean, right now, oops, on league. Derrick Henry, talked about that. Tyreek Hill. Russell Wilson under 21.5 passing completions. Derek Carr under passing attempts. We've talked about that one. I mean, I'm feeling kind of good where we're at right now, to be honest with you. As I go through this, I feel like the pick'ems that we have found so far today have been good. I really don't want to push it to just find something else. We kind of talked about that last week as we were going through it. Nick, exactly. Nick and I are on the same wavelength. Exactly my thoughts. We talked about it last week where strategically placing tickets that we like instead of trying to force it. I think that's where we need to go with this. I'm sitting here looking at it and I'm like, you know what? I feel good. I feel good about where we're at. I don't think we need to push anything else. I think we're solid with the tickets that we have done for today. And I think we're ready to roll. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and shut down the stream. We've been live for about 50 minutes or so right now. So I'm going to go ahead and shut down this stream. And then I am going to go refresh my water, use the bathroom real quick. And then I'm going to go ahead and get ready to roll for our start and sit live stream. And we'll hang out over there for a little bit. How If you need start and sit advice, feel free to come on over to that live stream here in the next couple of minutes. We'll be live to talk about all of our start and sits for the day. Good luck to everybody with your tickets today. Hopefully you have much success, not only in terms of the tickets that we've done, but your fantasy teams as well. I don't go over the tickets at the end anymore because the numbers change so much. If we don't lock them in real time, you're probably going to end up missing them anyway. So I don't really go over the tickets at the end anymore. All right, but I'm going to go ahead and hop on out of here. I'm going to go get myself refreshed, re-energized, and ready to go for the start and sit stream. And I will see you all here in just a few minutes. All right.
When the game on the line, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing it safe and I be going for